Right, so it's the next day and we're now in Dover. We camped in Kent Downs and we left the tent there because we're going to go back there and just stay there again tonight because we couldn't be bothered taking the tent down in the rain. And let me just give you an idea of how much the rain is coming down right now. So I've just had this door open whilst I was getting the camera out the back, and look, like, it's dripping off the door handles. It's lashing down again. So hopefully when we get back to the tent it's not flooded. We bought some tarpaulin and made like a little roof, so hopefully it keeps a lot of the rain off it, but we'll see. And right now we're at Dover Castle, which is actually not just this, there's some up there. It's a massive castle, big large ground. So we're booked in here at 1 o'clock and it's like 5 to now, so we need to get out the car and go in. Speaking to the fella at the reception then, and that isn't actually part of the castle, but it's not part of it that you can go into, so we have to follow the path up the hill and it takes us to like the medieval castle part, so that's where we're currently going. So we're inside the castle now. We're on our way up to the Great Tower. And as you can see, there's loads of decorative stuff around. What the guy was saying to me was that most of the things that you can do here are closed. There's a rainwater tank. Rainwater is collected from the roof into there. So we're climbing to the top of the tower now, or at least I think we are, because we are climbing up some really big flight of stairs. At the top of the tower now, and it comes outside, which we didn't know, and we're getting battered by wind and rain up here. Quite big though, like, as you can see, and it's flooded a little bit in the middle. Look at that view. This view is so much better than the other side. And then this view is probably even better than the last one. Like, every time you go to a different side, you see a better view. Tower right there, just in between the church and the entrance, is actually an old Roman lighthouse. So it's probably the oldest part of this castle. And it's mad that it was built, I mean this was built like 1,000 years ago as well, but the Roman part of it would have been built probably way longer than that, and it's still standing. So is this like an exact replica?
Yeah, would have been William Marshall's sword, like a replica of his sword. He's obviously buried up at Canterbury Cathedral, so I think the sword is in place pretty much.
And this was, as you've seen just then, got to play with one of the replica swords in the shop. Jack was saying, no, don't ask, they won't let you touch them, they won't let you hold them. And I said, well, they might do. If you don't ask, you don't get, do you? So I just went up to them and asked if I could have a hold of the sword, have a little play with it, and with the dagger too. And he was like, yeah, he was more than happy to give me a go. So that was quite fun. But overall, the castle has been quite cool. We haven't been able to see much though, to be honest, because the tunnels, which are meant to be one of the main attractions, they have two sets. They have the medieval tunnels, and then they have the World War II tunnels, which were made when World War II was happening, obviously, and they were made for protection. So they're more like bunkers, and they also have a Cold War bunker as well, which was made during the Cold War in case of nuclear attack. So they're meant to be the main things that people come here to see, but with the situation, they couldn't make them safe enough that there was enough space between people, and they couldn't make it like a one way entrance, one way exit. So they're closed for now, which is a bit of a shame because Dover's miles away, so I don't know when I'll come here again. But if you come to Dover though, Dover Castle is definitely worth a visit. So it's just past 10 o'clock now. We've been in this Mackey's for a few hours. Before this we were in a Costa, but it's shut at 6. And I've just been editing all day, editing the London video for tomorrow. I was trying to get it out today, but couldn't get it out in time. So you'll see that tomorrow, which will probably have been maybe yesterday or the day before when you see this. We're going to go back to the tent now, and it's pitch black out there. Luckily we don't have to set the tent up, so hopefully we get there as well and it's not flooded because it's been raining all day. It's a new day now. I kind of forgot to show you the tent last night, but we got back to it and it was dry, as you can kind of tell because I'm in it. It stopped raining though, and it's meant to just be cloudy for the rest of the day with no rain. And Dover is only about 20-30 minutes drive away, so we're going to drive back into Dover and try and get some drone footage of the White Cliffs, because we can't not get drone footage of the White Cliffs. Like we want to see them as well. So we're back in Dover right now, and we're just walking to one of the spots where you can get a good view of the White Cliffs. We're just walking up the path, and there's the port, and it's a lot clearer today than it was yesterday because it's not raining, so you can see quite far out. There's a few ships quite far out. Now we're just walking up one of the trails. There's 3 trails that you can follow. One takes you to a good photographing site, one takes you to like a bunker or something, and then the other one takes you to a lighthouse. So I think we're just gonna do all 3 maybe. We're definitely gonna do the lighthouse one. It's the longest walk, so we'll see the most on the way anyway. And then because it's clear, I can actually get some drone footage today, and I might get some drone footage of Dover Castle as well later on as we're driving back, because I think it'd just be quite cool. It's a massive castle, it's quite nice. Look at that. It's quite surprising really, because the cliffs are white but the beach is black, and you wouldn't really expect the beach to be black when the cliffs are white, and it gives a really good contrast. But I weren't expecting a black beach. I thought it would be like just normal sand. We're going down the stairs now to get onto the beach, and look how cool that is. There's a shipwreck down there. Don't know how well you can see it. Don't know how old it is either, but it's a shipwreck. And then look at these cliffs. Quite cool. And then over there you've got the port. Just chalk. So we got to the bottom of the stairs now, and well, these stairs at least anyway don't actually take us down to the beach. Right here there's a little cave. I assume that goes down to the beach. It's quite dark in there, but let's go. By the looks of it, this looks like it used to be old like watch points in the in like World War One or World War Two. Because there's a little bunker here. There's also a little bunker over there. There's not one that way. Down on the beach now, although it definitely isn't much of a beach. It's just all pebbles and rocks over there. But look at this. Look at these white cliffs. A lot of this cliff underneath the white is actually black. It's like glass. I don't know how well you're going to be able to tell. I don't know if it's going to focus very well. But like, yeah, it's like glass. It's like black glass. I imagine over time when it erodes, it'll expose more. Like you can see bits of black. We're walking to the lighthouse now. It's just behind me here somewhere. It's tiny. But yeah, we're on our way there. I'll video it closer up once we get there. Here's the lighthouse anyway. I don't think we can go up to it. I'm not sure. There is a fence around it. But there does look like there's a gate over there. Walking back to the car now. I know you've already seen it, but look at the castle, look how cool it looks. Could you imagine riding through here on a horse like 500 years ago and just looking up above the trees and just seeing that, like, and it'd probably be lit up as well, like, it'd be so cool. We're in the tent. I don't actually know where we are, but we were just driving towards Norwich, but we weren't going to Norwich. We were going to a small natural beauty spot on the way, and it was getting late. We were losing light, so we found this little wooded area. We pulled in and we're just sleeping in here. We also got questioned. Some fellow drove past the local and started chatting. He was a local police officer who couldn't give us his ID number, and started asking us what we were doing here and stuff, and then warned us that local farmers will shoot people on the land. But as far as we're aware, this is public land. There's a footpath and there's no fence, so I think we're fine. And I doubt farmers go around just shooting people on the land. But that's the end of this video anyway. I don't know where the next video is going to take us. So as always, keep exploring.